Hey everyone, it's Wednesday. It's the Itch.io Roulette, the series where we dip into the crayon box of video games on the games platform Itch.io and see what colour of game that we're going to draw this video with today. I probably put more effort into these than I should. And by effort, I mean whatever comes to the top of my head. Anyway, this week's game is Subject 26 by Msiddeek, and this was made for Ludum Dare 35. It's a puzzle platformer that has an interesting premise to it. The player character, most of the time, can only run on the ground, but looking into mirrors turns you into a butterfly. And this moves the platforming to a different vertex. It means that you can now fly, you can sneak through cracks in the wall, you can move through air vents and get to areas that you couldn't before. It's actually a really interesting concept that I haven't seen done before, at least I don't think I have. It adds a nice amount of dimensionality to the game, so there's a whole deal of like, oh, what's that up there? I wonder if I can access it, and yes, you can when you turn into a butterfly. It's the platforming as well is fairly forgiving. It's not too overwrought. It's not too challenging, which I think is a positive. I think sometimes platformers veer too much into being challenging than necessarily being fun and engaging. And there's some light puzzles as well. They mostly involve dipping a butterfly in paint to match your colour to get around a security camera. I'm pretty sure that would actually kill a butterfly, but I'm going to allow it. It's a game that's definitely delving into weird bits of science, so you know, it kind of fits. The platforming is also complemented by the story, which is largely done in the form of kind of notes and things taped to doors and kind of a little bit of environmentalism there. I found it a little bit hard to follow, but it still works. It does get the feeling across that you're kind of being watched and that something isn't right here and that something bad has happened, so it does manage to generate a sense of unease, and that's not an easy thing to create, particularly for a game that was developed quite quickly. I think it does well to kind of generate an atmosphere to it, and that's a hard thing to do, and even when you're messing around with platforms in particular, it can be hard to kind of give it a sense of place and a sense of something a bit larger going on, so you know, credit to Msiddeek for that. And overall, it's fun to play. You know, it's something that I got through in about half an hour or so, and I enjoyed playing it. You know, don't get me wrong, there's nothing here that's going to like shatter the world or rewrite the history of video games, but it's a fine game. It's fun to play, got through it quickly, and I can have no complaints about that at all. And it's impressive that this was made in just 3 days. And I don't mean that in a way that's like, oh yeah, it's good, but only good for a 3-day game. It's just a fine game, and I don't know what the developers' plans for this, but I think it's something that could be fleshed out a little bit more because the premise is interesting, and if the story was a little bit more refined, a little bit more focused, I think there could be something that really hits another level here. So that's this week's game. We'll be back next Wednesday with another one. We'll see what Itch.io confers upon us that time. But thank you for taking the time today, and I hope you look after yourself, drink some water, stay hydrated, treat yourself, and yeah, have a good day.